Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing well. My name is Dr. Hawley-Bernardez, and I'm excited to have you in class this semester. So I want to tell you a little bit about me. Let me move this over here. I graduated with my PhD from University of Texas at Arlington. My specialization in research is intimate partner violence. I have 6-7 years of teaching experience at both the BSW and MSW levels, both online and face-to-face. Before going to get my PhD, I did have 3 years of professional practice experience where I worked at a domestic violence agency. I conducted case management as well as individual and group counseling with survivors of intimate partner violence. After that, I also worked at a police department as the victim advocate program manager. I live in the DFW area with my partner, our 1-year-old daughter, and 2 dogs. I love to do in my spare time hot yoga, photography, and I really want to encourage and model good self-care for my students. And so that's something that we're going to be talking about throughout the semester as well. So a couple of things that aren't always taught in school and that I want you guys to be aware of is how to address your professors. So there's a couple of different ways to distinguish whether or not your professor is a PhD or whether they have their MSW, LMSW, LCSW, and then how to address them. So if after their signature line, they have PhD or DSW afterwards, they would be Dr. So-and-so. If they have MSW, LMSW, LCSW after, then they would be either Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so or Professor so-and-so. In the academic world, there are several different stages to be a faculty member. And so I am an assistant professor. And so that means I have not reached tenure yet. I'm in the tenure track process. Once you reach tenure, there's also usually a promotion there that you transition to being an associate faculty member. And then several years after that, you go up for full professor as well. So that's kind of the hierarchy of faculty members. So again, I do have my PhD, and so you can address me as Dr. Hawley-Bernardez. And so that's something to keep in mind for all your faculty members, to look at their signature line and or just listen to how they sign off at the end of an announcement to you or something like that. And make sure that you are addressing them appropriately. It's not something that I'm going to necessarily get offended by if you don't call me Dr. Hawley-Bernardez. It is just appropriate academic etiquette to keep that in mind. Email etiquette. So I am teaching 4 classes this semester. So when you email me, please tell me who you are and which class you are in, so I know which material you are referencing. I can't tell you how many times I've had students email me who say, what is the reading for this week? Or something like that. And I don't know what class they are in. So I have to go and pull up all the rosters and look to see which class they might be in. And then I have to figure out which readings they have to do, things like that. So if you tell me which class you're in when you send the email, that really helps me in order to be able to respond quicker to you. Additionally, make sure you're using proper spelling and grammar. A lot of times it can feel like emails like texting, and it's not. So please make sure you're using professional and appropriate email etiquette, especially with using acronyms and things like that. So chain of command etiquette. I always want to encourage my students to talk to me. If you ever have any questions or concerns, please come and talk with me first about any issues that you might be having. Then, if we can't resolve the issue, then the next person would be the BSW or MSW director, depending on which program you're in. If the three of us cannot resolve the issue, then the next person would be the warden director. If the four of us can't resolve this issue, then the next person would be the dean. So I have seen students, fortunately, not any students of mine, who have emailed the dean directly about an issue that they are having. And there's many steps that need to be taken before you get the dean involved. She will immediately kick it back to the BSW or MSW director, who was the next step to begin with, and the whole process will take even longer. So a chain of command exists in the workplace, as well as in academia. So if you jump the chain of command, you are usually seen as being in the wrong, not the person that you're having an issue with. So again, just keep in mind these kind of chains of command and the appropriate responses if you're having issues. Again, first and foremost, please come talk to me. I will be communicating with you via your OLU email, so make sure you are checking that at least 2 to 3 times a week. For online classes, I'm going to be communicating with you at least weekly, if not more. So this is something that you need to be checking. I have had a student who's failed because they literally didn't check their email on a regular basis. So you're not allowed to, I'm not allowed to send you a personal email to a personal email address. So please check your OLU email. I'm going to be linking this PowerPoint online for you, but this has some basic APA setup, alphabetizing reference list, book chapter reference list, citing references in text. These are all through the OLU Library APA Learning Center. So this course is going to rely heavily on APA, so please make sure that you are well-versed in how to use APA. If you ever have any questions, I'm more than happy to help answer those. So office hours, please, please, please email or schedule an appointment with me if you have any questions whatsoever. With this being an online class, it can sometimes be hard for students to really engage with the faculty member, with the other students, with the material. I have set up a very easy way for you to schedule an appointment with me. If you see this link here, calendly.com/AC Hawley-Bernardez. If you click on that link or go to that link, it will give you an option for office hours, and you can literally schedule an appointment with me. This syncs with my calendar on Outlook, so it is updated at all times. You would be setting up a Zoom conference call, so you would need access to a computer, or for many smartphones, you can click on the link on your smartphone. If I do not have office hour times that are best for you, just send me an email and I can see about opening up something else specifically for you. Depending on your needs and your schedule, I'd be happy to do that. This link is at the bottom of my signature line and all of my emails, and then it's also in the syllabus as well. So you have access to that link if you forget it in this video. So class readings. It is very important in all classes, but particularly in online classes, to keep up with readings. Before you engage in online discussions, you need to be informed about the material. I can tell who has done the reading and who is just winging it. So please make sure that you are doing the readings and you're referencing the readings in your discussion posts. That's going to be very important for your grade. I'm usually fairly lenient the first week or two, but very make sure that you are referencing the reading material in your discussion posts. If you ever have any questions about the material, please don't hesitate to ask. So finally, I want to talk with you a little bit about something that I really want to work with you guys on this semester. It's a little out of my comfort zone for me, so I want to kind of get that caveat out there at the beginning. But I really want students to focus on self-care and managing their stress. And so I've put together a series of videos of mindfulness moments. And so it is a YouTube link where I go through kind of a PowerPoint of some different exercises to help you kind of have a moment. I think most of them are less than 10 minutes long. You can save or bookmark these videos so you can use them again in the future. And I would love your feedback about how you like them, or if you want something different, whatever might be best to serve you. So again, these are just kind of little meditative mindfulness moments that you can have to kind of de-stress and take a minute. Ideally, we'd like to do this each day, but I will start with you guys doing it maybe once a week. And if it's not my videos that you use, please, I would encourage you to just take 10 minutes to have a little bit of reflection on your day, your week, anything like that, to help you kind of manage some of the stress and everything that's going on in your everyday life. So I hope they are helpful for you. And again, I would really like your feedback and knowing if they work for you, if you want something different, things like that. So I'm looking forward to having you in class this semester. I will be posting lots of videos like these. So it's going to be very important for you to be watching them. And please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.